Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna to all the dear listeners. How are you all? Welcome to once again another practice video. Today I wish to discuss something which I just thought about like 1 minute ago, and every time I do the same, just 1 or 2 minutes before I think what I have to say, and I start telling that because that is the main objective of my practice, to be spontaneous in what I speak and not prepare something. But of course you can write and prepare and then speak, because the first stage is of course writing and preparing and then practicing, and the later stage comes when you can speak spontaneously. But even though I speak somewhat spontaneously, but there is always a chance of error, and I think of course there must be few errors, and that is my main purpose, to be error free in my speaking language. So very soon I would want to come to my point. I think like 1 or 2 years ago I came across a video on YouTube of Swami Sarv Priyanandji. So if you would Google him, or if you search him on YouTube, you can find Swami Sarv Priyanand, uh, and he is very popular in spirituality. And if you will listen to him, you will actually realize that he seems to be a very genuine and authentic person about what he speaks. Because these days we are having a lot of, there is a crowd of spiritual gurus, everyone selling their spiritual stuff, but Swami Sir Priyanandji, if you will listen to him, he sounds very authentic and really a learned person. So one of this video that I was watching, and he was giving a lecture in some of any of IIT. So he was telling a story about King Janak. King Janak was the father of goddess Sita and father-in-law of Lord Ram. So once King Janak saw a nightmare, a dream, a very horrible dream in night, that he was in some battle and he lost the battle, and then he is brutally, now here I am struggling with the word, and I have to say कि उनको हरा दिया गया था उस युद्ध में. He was brutally defeated in that battle, and और उनकी सारी जो है संपत्ति से उनको निष्कासित कर दिया गया था. So in English I think it would be like and every property and everything that belonged to King Janak was taken away from the enemy side. Well, I don't think that this is the exact and very perfect translation, but still I am just telling it, and later on I will find out what is the correct one. So King Janak is seeing a dream, a nightmare, which is a horrible dream. Nightmare is a horrible dream. So, and he finds out in the dream, that he witnesses in the dream that he is defeated by some other king, and now he has to now leave his territory, and his condition is very pathetic, and he is having no food and just roaming here and there, like he is too miserable in that dream, and he is witnessing all this. So during midway the dream, in the mid of dream, he wakes up because the dream was so horrible, and then he realizes that it was only a dream and nothing such has happened, and he is not being expelled out from his kingdom or his palace, and he is actually living in his palace and everything is safe and secure. But now King Janak, since King Janak was a wise man, he got this dilemma, that what is true, whether what he saw in the dream is true, or whether this thing that we call the reality, this is true. And he just went on speaking one thing: what is true, the the thing that I saw in dream is true, or the thing that I am witnessing while awake is true. And he just kept on repeating it's what is true. In Hindi he was telling that सच क्या है, जो स्वप्न में देखा था वो सच है, या जो अभी देख रहा हूँ वो सच है. So he was keeping on repeating this again and again. What is truth, whether the dream was true, or whether what I am witnessing while I am awake, this is true. So all the people of palace or his family members got worried that what has happened to King Janak, because he never behaved in such a way. So the story, this story went to some another sage or some saints of his kingdom, and one of them was very wise. I think he was sage Vashishtha, and when he came to know about this situation, that king saw some dream and he got frightened, and now he is under a big dilemma that what is the truth, whether the things that he saw in the dream were true, or whether the reality that we call reality while we are in awake state, that is true. So the sage Vashisht came to meet King Janak because he was his well-wisher and was respected by the King Janak and other member of the royal family. So King Janak again asked the same question to sage Vashisht, that what is true, whether those things that I saw in the dream are true, or the things that I am seeing right now, they are true. So sage Vashisht was a very learned sage and was considered to be the enlightened one. He told King Janak that neither the things that you saw in the dream are true, nor the things that you are seeing right now in the awake state are true. If something is true, then that is the person or the awareness which witnesses both of these things. In simple words, King Sage Vashisht meant that neither the scenes of the dream are true, nor the scenes that you are watching right now are true. Only the consciousness or the awareness that actually witnesses these two things is true. So, and in the later stage, it is being elaborated as when we are in a stage of sleeping and when we are dreaming during the night. Do you think that we dream throughout the night? The answer would be that we do not watch dreams or see the dreams throughout the whole sleeping state. But then when you are not seeing a dream, that means your mind is not working. Then who witnessed that dreamless state while you were sleeping? Now this is a big question. When we are awake, our mind is working, and that is how we witness all the things that happen to us during the awake state. When we are sleeping, at that time also the mind is working and we are dreaming, and that is how we are witnessing what happens in the dream. But how do we sense this, that we did not dream the whole time while we were sleeping? So this brings to another truth, that there is some awareness or consciousness which we actually are, even when the mind was not working. That means even when during the sleep we were not dreaming, that means the mind was not working and there was not anything that we could witness, but still we were aware that this is a dreamless state, or this is a state where we are neither awake and we are asleep, but still we are not dreaming. So that is what the reality is, and that is what the answer of this very important question, that who am I? So the learned people and the enlightened people, they have concluded that we are just awareness and the consciousness that actually witnesses the things when we are awake, that actually witnesses the things when we are dreaming, and that also witnesses the state when we are under sleep but not dreaming, and the mind is also kind of switched off. So we are actually consciousness. So I don't know if you found this topic interesting or not, but I'm sure that those people who have such kind of questions and who are into this curiosity about existence and universe and spirituality, they must have found this thing interesting. And if you really want to know more about this, you can search about Swami Sarv Priyanandji talking about consciousness or awareness, and you will find that video. So here I end up this practice video. Thank you for listening. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna.